interesting places for octocorals. You can see us coming up to these overhangs here. We've seen some absolutely beautiful, really beautiful overhangs like this, where you get these beautifully coloured soft corals hanging down underneath these things where there is the current. As you say, Rob, this current is absolutely critical for these things. Everyone that's been diving in these areas with renowned for strong currents will know that a lot of these brightly coloured soft corals, they occur in places of high current. That current can come and go depending on tides and things like that. So, it's not going to be rough all the time, but if there is a lot of them like this, really dense coverage of these, it's a good indication that there is a lot of current at least some of the time. So it's really interesting to see this sort of habitat we've seen before at Osprey. There's a dive site, Reef Arcade, which is about 70 to 80 metres depth. That looks a lot like this. So it's very interesting to see this sort of environment here at Flinders Reef.
Guys, Jody had a question.
Yeah, these caves are...
Sorry, Jody just popped in and said he had a question about whether he thought they were wave-cut notches.
I was just about to mention that. So what we've seen previously at Osprey Reef is around this 130, 110 metre mark, that there are a whole series of caves. Now, we saw that at Osprey Reef, and the question is, do we see them here? Now, it looks like we're starting to see some overhangs and some perhaps wave-cut platforms, and this might suggest that where sea levels were about 20,000 years ago, last ice age, sea levels were 120 metres lower than where they currently are. Now we're just into that kind of sweet spot, and we'd like to see just more evidence of caves and things. So it has an interesting geological origin, perhaps, these caves, but it also is a great habitat for all of these soft corals that Tom's talking about.
Great, and just for you, Rob, we're at 127 meters, and the temperature is 23.8 degrees Celsius.
We're going to try and find corals. What we'll often find as well, they should start to really potentially be seen on this, on the top of these notches, like just as you come out. Obviously, I think we were talking a bit earlier about, we're starting to see some of these plating coralline algae, those coralline algae and stuff. That big blue thing